Hello, I am Priyadarshini Karve. I am the director of Samuchit Envirotech, a social enterprise based in Pune and working with the motto Enabling Sustainability. I am also currently the national convener of Indian Network on Ethics and Climate Change, or INEC. Our motto is People's Voices in Policy Choices. This is the 7th episode of the series. Let's try some thought experiments. Links to the previous episodes are in the description, and links to the future episodes will be added as and when new videos are made. In the previous episode, I talked about access to potable water. But water quality of natural water bodies and groundwater gets compromised because effluent from factories, agricultural runoffs, and domestic sewage from houses are mixing in them. Dumping of solid waste is also responsible for water pollution to an extent. In India, we already have all the laws and regulations in place to ensure that factories treat their liquid effluent to meet specific norms before releasing it into nature. What is lacking, however, is the administrative will to ensure that businesses fulfill their obligations. Reputed business houses do follow the norms, and some even go beyond what is legally required. However, many businesses are happy to find loopholes to escape the extra expense and hassle. This situation will change only if more and more citizens start monitoring natural water quality in their neighborhoods and hold the local administration and local factories accountable. We have to use all the legal and political tools that are available to us. Chemical runoff from agricultural and animal farms is another major pollutant for natural water bodies. The farmers must be shown the benefits of avoiding excess use of fertilizers, pesticides, medicines, etc., or going for chemical-free methods. This will have many other advantages for health and environment. Consumers demanding chemical-free food produce can be one of the drivers of change. The third major contributor to water pollution is domestic sewage. In small towns and villages, there is practically no sewage treatment. Open drains flow the sewage away from human settlements. If the surrounding area is a natural wilderness, and if the sewage is mostly organic matter, soil and water microbes develop to consume the waste, and that takes care of the problem most of the time. Ultimately, it improves the fertility of the soil and adds greenery around the settlement. However, we are increasingly using a lot of chemicals in the form of soaps, shampoos, shaving creams, toothpaste, washing powders, various lotions and deodorants, as well as house cleaning chemicals. And all of these end up in the sewage. This makes some kind of a chemistry-based sewage treatment essential. In urban areas, there is one more problem. The cities are expanding much faster than the civic infrastructure. Therefore, the amount of sewage being generated daily is far more than the combined capacity of natural processes and the operational sewage treatment plants. As a result, a lot of the untreated sewage with its load of chemical pollutants ends up in the nearby water bodies as well as local aquifers. This is the main reason why accessing potable water becomes so difficult even under normal circumstances. In a disaster situation, it will be near impossible. If neighborhood clusters can treat their sewage water before releasing it into the municipal sewage line, it will reduce a lot of pressure on the municipal systems. This is now legally mandated for gated communities of a specific size. But again, the implementation is very weak. The presence of a sewage treatment plant is mandated, but mechanisms to monitor whether it is operational and whether the output water meets the set quality parameters do not seem to exist. In the absence of any regulation and monitoring, housing societies often deem the operation and maintenance of the sewage treatment plant as an unnecessary expense and stop making provisions for this in their annual budgets. Communities must be incentivized to treat and reuse the treated water on their premises. The water can be used for gardening or for toilet flushing. Gated communities not only must have a sewage treatment plant, but they should not be allowed to connect to the city's drainage line. For many of us, sanitation is linked with open defecation and use of toilets. I think the overemphasis on toilets in the form of a latrine in a closed room is missing the point. We have to realize that as long as untreated sewage water is just flowing into the nearby water body, it is immaterial whether we are defecating in the open or in a closed room. The impact is still the same. The closed room addresses the issue of dignity more than the issue of sanitation. One way to address the issue of sanitation through toilets is to use composting toilets or attach the toilet to a biogas system. Various such systems are available in the market. Part of the problem is the increasing chemical load in our domestic sewage. Many organizations and citizen groups across India are engaged in consumer awareness campaigns on this. There are also many local small and micro enterprises offering chemical-free alternatives for daily use products. If we reduce the chemical load in the sewage, even natural processes can deal with the problem. If a green patch is established on top of trenches through which sewage water is flowing, with the help of decomposing bacteria, the plants consume all the water and nutrients and the biomass grows vigorously. This can be used as fodder or fuel or any other application. Some plant species are more efficient than others, and one can establish a semi-wild patch aligned with the local ecosystem. An open space near a settlement may be used for this. In a city, this can be created along road sides or road dividers to serve as an avenue plantation without any irrigation. Some of these may be the food producing patches that I talked about in episode 4. However, all said and done, we also have to put some thought into ensuring that the sanitation systems that we create will continue to remain operational even in the event of a disaster like a flood or a cyclone. Are the current centralized or decentralized systems disaster proof? I am not sure. What do you think? Do share your thoughts. In the next episode, let's ponder on the even more complex issue of solid waste, which is connected with all the sectors that I have talked about so far in this series. Thank you.